There's no place I'd rather be.
Hey guys, welcome back to Talking Chelsea Blues. Welcome back to another video. We hope you're all doing well today. This is your match preview for Chelsea versus Arsenal with your hosts Ben and Mark. Thank you so much for joining us today. So guys, as you noticed, there is a new name change to the channel. It was a bit we're trying something new. We're trying to pilot sort of scheme. So bear with us. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, then we can always change back. We'll wait and see how it goes. This is all down to you guys. As you know, this is your channel, and so therefore you decide. So let us know in the comments if you like it or not. But before we do get into this preview, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload, and share this stream out as much as possible because it really does help us out. Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. So, as you know, this is your Chelsea preview for Chelsea versus Arsenal. So, let's get into it. Chelsea versus Arsenal. Massive game this weekend. Sunday, 12 o'clock kickoff. Really nervous for this. I am really excited also, though. It brings a lot of passion out in the Chelsea fans. And, you know, obviously we don't like North London clubs, you know, for various reasons. But, of course, it is a big game still. You know, Arsenal are looking decent this season. And I have to say that, even though I absolutely despise them. I don't agree with Arsenal as a club. I don't like them. I don't, you know, I just don't like them. It's as simple as that. I guess Chelsea fans will feel the same. Yeah. But you have to admit they're doing well. They're top of the league. They're second in the league, I think. You know, and they're looking decent. And that's strange to see. As a Chelsea fan, from a Chelsea fan's perspective, I've always seen Arsenal below us. Right, apart from when they were winning Premier Leagues and whatnot, but that's history. They haven't won anything like that in years. You know, I've always known them to be below us in the pecking order in London, and they still are, because we are the only team in London with 2 European Cups. Let's just remember that. You know, we have to remember these facts, that Chelsea are the best team in London, and this is a big rivalry. Last season, they ran out winners 4-2 here, and that was a big factor to us last season. It sort of dampened our top 4 hopes for a while, but then we really picked up and we just got results, and we were doing well enough to get results. But at the end of the day, this is a big game, and Arsenal look decent, which means it's going to be a good game. They've got Alexander Zinchenko, Gabriel Jesus, Granit Xhaka's looking in fine form, Martin Odegaard's looking decent. You know, Bukayo Saka, need I say more? Gabriel Martinelli. They've got all these fantastic players who are really starting to play. Yeah. And I think this could be a concern for us. But that's only if we play like we did against Brighton. If we play like we did against Zagreb, we stand a chance. Dad, exactly. Do you think it is a possibility that we could stop Arsenal tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's a possibility. You know, first of all, let's talk about Arsenal and Mikel Arteta and where he's brought this club to now, to be top of the league, basically. You know, he's revived this club, you know, from its substandard form, you know, and they're losing ways to multiple, you know, winning ways. I think tomorrow, we're going to have to be on our guard, we're going to have to play to our best potential. You know, this is going to be a battle of attrition, this one. And
it's who blinks first.
Yeah. You know, if you want to put it that way. But I do believe, you know, if we played like we played against Zagreb, if we played the games like we played against AC Milan, Wolves, then, you know, we could. I would never use the word annihilate, because, you know, this team of Arsenal is very strong. You know, they've got an array of world-class players, you know.
They've got some young, talent.
Yeah, exactly.
They've got it. They've got it this season. Yeah. And let's just look. I'm no Arsenal fan, right? But let's give props to Mikel Arteta, who Arsenal have trusted in the process, and Arsenal are looking like a team that could fight for the Premier League at the moment. Obviously, they're going to have their downfall at some point. That's
the laws of probability.
Yeah,
you know.
But what I'm seeing from Arsenal is that they're fighting with all their team spirit at the moment, and it's looking positive. So props to Mikel Arteta.
Yeah. And the other thing is, you've got to look at
Yeah.
Arsenal. They're winning for their manager, they're winning for their club, their badge. Why can't we be doing the same now and adhere to this? Great form of play we had the other night against Dynamo Zagreb.
Yeah, I
so
mean-
we must continue, with that state of play and win. Win as many games as we can now, because this is crucial. I know we're not going to win the league. There is no chance of
No,
that.
there's no hope.
But we can retain our Champions League status.
Yeah,
and,
well, obviously we were champions of Europe in 2021. Real Madrid are the
Yeah.
current holders, so obviously we got a point to prove. But I don't think we're going to win the Champions League. I think that there's a possibility we could, but it's all down to possibility.
Anything can
The
happen.
laws of probability say we won't, but Chelsea are always underdogs when it comes to the Champions League. Let's remember, we are the king of the underdogs. We always come up trumps when we're the underdog, and that's important to realise. And so, let's talk a bit about Graham Potter. I mean, look, Graham Potter has come into this club and not revitalised, but settled us. We had a good run of games where we were winning like 5, 6, 7 games on the bounce, and then we had those couple of draws, and then we had that horrific loss to Brighton, which we all knew Brighton was going to be a tough game. It was just how we went about it, and we went about it the completely wrong way. Whereas we went into the Zagreb game full of confidence. We knew it was going to be a tough game. The fans were there, showing that. They were noisy. They shouted us down pretty much. And that's not normal at Stamford Bridge. No club shouts us down at Stamford Bridge. That's not normal.
This is where it becomes, not just psychological, but physiological as well. And I think, okay, we bottled it at the end of the day, yeah? Because, you can win away, which we've seen, multiple times this season.
We've proven it. We've gone to
Yeah.
San Siro. The San Siro, one of the toughest places to go in Europe to get a result. And we went and got one, and we got one comfortably. So then we go to Brighton and we get absolutely slaughtered. What's that about? I mean, I don't know, but we'll see what happens. But let me tell you something. Arsenal are no mugs this season.
No,
Arsenal are no mugs. They're not just going to let us walk over it. And they're not there to just let us have a free ride. And I think it's
They're there
important.
for the taking.
Yeah, they're there for the taking now. We have to go in for this match, and we have to really think to ourselves, we have to do this. We have to win this game. This is the battle of London, and we want to be the better side. London is blue. That is proven.
Yes.
But we need to win this game to continue that status, and just to have that moral, take the moral high ground with it. And let's talk about injuries for a second though, because there's a lot of injuries at the moment. I mean, Ben Chilwell out for 3 months. Great, fantastic. Yeah. No, not fantastic, as you know. That was sarcasm. I'm fuming. Same similar situation to last season. We had Chilwell out for a long period. Reece James is out injured till after the World Cup. Fofana out till after the World Cup. Kante 4 months injured, having surgery. So yeah.
We can't afford to lose any more players.
No, look,
because that's our days number. Then if
we continue to get injuries, we are going to have a problem. We don't have a problem at the moment, but we will have a problem if we continue to get injuries. And so we got to look after our players. And I was surprised that Potter didn't rest players on Wednesday. I mean, look, shout out to Zenit Zakaria. It was nice to see his debut. I thought he played magnificent. Yeah. He was really good. And do you know what? You'll see what we've done with our starting lineup in a bit. But
he was on fire right from the word go.
It was just bang. It was just there. And I don't understand why Potter hasn't played him sooner.
I think
because he could be the key. He could be the key to what we needed. We needed a DM, right, under Tuchel. That was clear. We needed one under Potter. That was clear.
Yes.
And now we've got one, and we used him Wednesday. He looked good. He gave us a different idea. He gave us more attacking stability, defensive stability. Gave us more freedom to go forward with not as much concern. Obviously, we still conceded, but that was down to Mendy flapping his hands about, pretending he was Spider-Man.
And the thing is, with Dennis Zakaria, I think he's extremely great asset to the club. He proved that the other night. I think we need to see more play from him. Yeah, also, in January in the transfer window,
we need to get in the market.
Yeah,
We need to get in the market.
we need to be the early bird who catches the worm, and
Get all these, we need a right back cover for Reece James. That's certain. We might need left back cover for Cucurella just in case, because Chilwell is out injured for a long period and we don't know how long it's going to take him to recover from this. He had that knee injury last season and that's set him back this season. We could see that. This hamstring injury could set him back even further away from what we want, and that's not good. So we might need an extra backup for left wing back. So it's just how we deal with this now.
And buying decent, either replacement players, or players that's going to maybe be on the bench,
Gives competition.
But what also gives as well is, with players going out now and a new generation comes in, a new revamp to the club, which is needed.
Build from the bottom, work your way up. Build the foundation. Build the foundation.
Exactly.
Build backup. Build a backup team that is good enough to fight.
Yes.
In any game.
Yeah.
But then continue to build. So as your team's building, you get to your first team, you start bringing in the major quality and the Nkukus, the Rafael Leao, the Moises Caicedos, all these fantastic players that you could bring in. You could have a team that is phenomenal in years to come, but it's just how we manage it. It's how we progress. But continuing with this Arsenal preview, I mean, look, we know the injury news. So, what does Potter do tomorrow? How does he line up? What does he go with? Well, we've put a team together that we think is more than capable of beating Arsenal tomorrow. So let's get into it now, and we'll give you our thoughts on each individual player. So let's get into this now. So, starting off in goal, Kepa injured. I didn't mention that. But, he's injured. He's not going to make it till after the World Cup. So, we have to continue with Edouard Mendy. I mean, look, he didn't make that bad a performance the other night. It was one mistake and they scored. That was it. But apart from that, he was okay. He's still not the greatest with his feet, and that is a cause for concern, especially for a Potter team who wants to play out from the back. Dad, what do you think? Mendy, I know we only got him as a solution. There's Marcus Bettinelli, but I wouldn't even want to touch him.
I think, sometimes he can be quite detrimental to our team. That first goal the other night with Dynamo Zagreb, was it?
Yeah.
Yes. And I think he could have saved that. When he first came to us, this shining star, was on form.
He was magnificent.
Nothing was getting past him, and then he lost his mojo somewhere, along the lines, and he's made multiple mistakes trying to play football with footballers on the pitch, and it doesn't work. So okay, I'm happy to have Mendy there, but if I had my choice and he wasn't injured, it'd be Kepa.
Yeah. So guys, Mendy in goal. We're going with the back four. We're going with a 4-2-3-1. So, in the left-back and right-back positions, we've got Cesar Azpilicueta and Marc Cucurella. This is our only option to go for. We've gone with the back four because of our injury situation, and the back four is working for us of recent. So, my thoughts on Aspi, yes, he's aging, but at right-back, he doesn't have to run up and down the pitch constantly. You're more defensive as a right-back with Aspi there. I think that he's still got it. He's still got something in him to give to this club, whether it's experience, knowledge, that real impetus to dig in and work hard for the club and for the badge, and I think that's important. Marc Cucurella can play left back. He's our only option at the moment at left back because of Chilwell being out injured, so we have to go with Cucurella, and I think he'll do an okay job. As long as he's not playing at left centre back, I think it's fine. But yeah, Dad, your thoughts on these two?
Yeah, firstly with Azpilicueta, this is a guy, captain our club, extremely talented, world-renowned player. Age is just a number sometimes. I know he's slowing down, but for me, he's still a workhorse. His experience outweighs his age. So yeah, Aspie, he works for me. Then if I come over to Cucurella, now a little bit of swings and roundabouts here with Cucurella, another, world-renowned player. But yeah, he's a replacement. I take it for Ben Chilwell.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, he's a great player, got pace, very skillful on the ball. Um, yeah, I think he's a good substitute for Chilwell. But if I was to
If you were to choose
choose
Chilwell,
between them, it would be
It would be
Chilwell every
Chilwell.
time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
yes, so that's our fullbacks. Moving into the centre back positions, then we have Trevor Chalobah and Thiago Silva, two great players at the moment. Chalobah played really well on Wednesday night. Thiago Silva got rested and had maybe 20 minutes on the pitch at the end of the game. You know what? It's like Thiago Silva brings a wealth of experience, that leadership, and that knowledge of the game. Trevor Chalobah looks good, looks decent, should be on the planes with the England squad, in my opinion. The less said about England, though, the better. As you know, we're Wales fans, and that is important to us. So we don't talk about England too much. But Dad, your thoughts on these two?
Yeah, Trevor Chalobah, he's playing very well at the moment, and he's a great asset to our team. Yeah, so I'm happy with him. He's coming on in leaps and bounds. Yeah, and rising star for the team. Then I come to Thiago Silva. Now, Thiago Silva, people go on about age again, but for his age, he is phenomenal. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's had one or two bad games, yeah, but overall, you can always rely on Thiago Silva in defence. He's solid, one of the best in the world, I would say, in defence. Yeah, so I'm happy with them too.
Yeah, so there's our back four. Moving on into the double six, we have Denis Zakaria and Mateo Kovacic. I think Denis Zakaria needs to start on Sunday. There was a little knock on him for whether it was, I don't know, it was a little knock I think he picked up, but it was okay. And then Mateo Kovacic in the midfield. My thoughts on these guys: Mateo Kovacic, decent player, very intelligent, quick on the ball, quick off the ball. Looks okay. Sometimes he could be a bit lackluster. Sometimes he could be a bit meh. It all depends on his game. But Denis Zakaria, solid performance on Wednesday against Zagreb. On and off the ball. Dad, your thoughts on these two: Denis Zakaria and Mateo Kovacic?
Okay, Denis Zakaria, made his debut for Chelsea in the Champions League against Dynamo Zagreb. I think, basically, he's another great asset. He's only just come to us and showed his form, So, yeah, I didn't know much about him until the other night, and I was quite gobsmacked, when he scored that goal in particular.
Yeah.
So I think, Denis Zakaria, he's a must.
And what about Mateo Kovacic?
Then Mateo Kovacic, he's a bit of a Chelsea legend, veteran. I think, he's playing great at the moment. He did have a bit of a fall, back last season and the season previously, but he's working quite well and gelling quite well with the team. So, as I say, you can always rely on Kovacic.
Yep. So then moving into the midfield attacking three, then you've got on the right hand side we have Raheem Sterling. On the left hand side we have Christian Pulisic. In the middle we have Mason Mount. I mean, for me, Raheem Sterling looked decent the other night. Missed a fair few chances, but scored scored one of his chances. It was a tidy little finish. I think Raheem Sterling is a very decent player when he wants to be. Sometimes he can be a bit hit and miss, but okay. Let's start him because I think he'll perform on Sunday against Arsenal. Then you got Christian Pulisic. Christian Pulisic for me really does, when he wants to play, he's phenomenal. But when he doesn't want to and can't be bothered, it's pointless. I think he's got a real opportunity to really develop with the squad, so long as he starts playing in this back four system with the three attackers. And then you move on to Mason Mount. Mason Mount, for me, very good player. Was off the pace a bit at the start of the season, then found his form a little bit. Looked a bit better on Wednesday as well. But yeah, apart from that, you know, I can't say much about these three. Dad, your thoughts on Raheem Sterling, Christian Pulisic, and Mason Mount?
Yeah. Raheem Sterling, a great, exceptional player. He showed his worth at Man City. He's come to us. He's been scoring some goals for us. He's quite magnificent on the ball. Yeah, he works for me, Raheem Sterling. Then I come to Christian Pulisic. Now, Christian Pulisic, you know, prior to his injury, a couple of seasons ago, I thought he was like the next Eden Hazard. You know, very skillful on the ball, knows where the back of the net is. I think he's slowly finding his form again. But I don't think he's the same player as he was,
No.
prior to his injuries. And then we come to Mason Mount. Now, Mason Mount, over the last few games, he has sort of like picked up his, pace, his work ethic. He's getting better. He's showing glimmers of his previous form. So yeah, we'll take Mason Mount. He's a great footballer, and I'm quite happy to see him on the field.
Yep. And then we move on into the final position of the team, which is the number 9, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, for me, it's a big game for him tomorrow against Arsenal, his former club. He'll want to prove a point to Mikel Arteta and the rest of the board at Arsenal that he's still the player he once was. And I think he will do so. I think he will score. And I think he's a very decent striker for what we need for the next year until we find someone who is world class. But Dad, your thoughts on Aubameyang?
Yeah, since Aubameyang joined us, which was quite recently, he's a great player. He's a great goal scorer. Proved that time and again at Arsenal. I think, this guy is a great asset to us, despite, his age. They say he's aging. But, I think, look at the other night, the chances he had of scoring, and, they were very close. So, yeah, I think against his former club, Arsenal, don't know whether he's going to get a very good reception there or not, yet to be seen. But I think, and especially if Aubameyang scores tomorrow, well, there'd be fireworks, yeah? So, for me, yeah, Aubameyang up front.
So, you guys, this is our lineup. Let us know your thoughts.
Yes.
Let's get back to the main camera now. We will give our predictions and final thoughts. So, in terms of a prediction, I believe that this team is capable of beating Arsenal tomorrow. It's just by how many goals and how we perform. The way we perform is based on the result, and I think we could get a result tomorrow if we really dig in deep. This squad is capable of beating Arsenal for definite. I believe that we've got enough energy in there, got enough class, got enough pace, power, aggression. There's pressing ability with this team. Lots and lots of quick players around in and around Aubameyang, who was quick himself. They've got the two solid midfielders of Dennis Zakaria and Kovacic, and then you've got the back four of Cucurella, Azpilicueta, Chalobah, and Thiago Silva and Mendy in goal. I think it's a capable team of winning, just by how many goals, as I said. And so for that reason alone, I am going for a nice 1-0 victory. I believe Chelsea are more than capable of getting a victory tomorrow against this stubborn Arsenal team who have only lost one this season. Dad, your prediction, your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, as long as we hit the ground running, we play fast-paced football, for the full 90 minutes. We find the back of the net, yeah, what I say is no hesitation, pull the trigger, yeah, no messing. I think, it's going to be a battle of attrition. Obviously we're up against Arsenal, Arsenal have beat us, we beat them, in previous games. So I think it's going to be a neck and neck game, but I think we could win this 2-1.
Yep, so 2-1 is your prediction, okay? So that's a great prediction. Thanks, Dad, for that. So, guys, please let us know your thoughts on today's video. Please let us know if you have enjoyed. If you have enjoyed, please drop a like. But guys, also let us know your thoughts on our lineups or predictions. Would you change anything in our lineups? What would you have for your lineups? What would your predictions be? Please let us know in the comment section down below. Before we end this video, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this video out as much as possible. Share the channel out. It really does help us out. Also, guys, just a reminder: tomorrow there will be 2 watch-alongs, 2 live streams. One starting at 11:30 for Chelsea versus Arsenal, and then also there will be a watch-along later on in that evening for Man United versus Chelsea ladies. Don't forget to join us for that one. We'd love to have you with us for that. As I said, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, turn that notification bell icon on to be notified when we upload. Share this stream out as much as possible. Share this video out as much as possible, guys. It really does help us out. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. And until tomorrow, take care, and we'll see you then. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.